So for more, we welcome Dr. Michael Szanto, global economy expert, joining us from Fort Lauderdale in the United States. Thank you so much. One certainly doesn't want to jump the gun, so to speak. Much speculation about what the end of the war could mean for the Israeli economy. Trade relations with Israeli companies will obviously resume. Boycotts should be cancelled. Investments will surge. Talk us through the impact on trading. Your thoughts?
Well, I definitely agree. This is the light at the end of the tunnel as far as a lot of criticism of Israel, attempts to boycott, backlash. And this is definitely would be a pivotal moment and allow for Israel to continue its spectacular decades of economic growth that we've seen since the 1980s.
We're also hearing the shekel is expected to keep strengthening. What about the country's credit rating? We know that there were credit rating agencies that were close to deciding on yet another downgrade for Israel. What happens if the war in fact ends?
It's going to be a struggle because the war has been very costly, both in terms of military expenditures and in terms of economic losses, disruptions, damage, areas that need to be rebuilt. It's going to put a strain in the short term. Damage in relations with European countries are not going to reverse entirely. Some people are upset with what they feel is happening in Gaza. Others, I think, are just anti-Semites who are taking this as an excuse to attack Israel and Jews. But it's not going to go away overnight, but I think it's the light at the end of the tunnel. I will warn that the Israeli stock market is going to be tied to the American stock markets, which are the most powerful, largest capital markets in the world. And you see American stock exchanges have kind of bubbly prices, so kind of speculative, perhaps a little bit overvalued in the short term. And the United States herself faces a lot of potential risks in the next 3 to 12 months or so. That doesn't mean that anything is going to happen, but if American stock markets significantly dip, which they might, and hopefully not, but they might very well, I would expect direct fallout on the Israeli economy and particularly the stock market.
When one looks specifically here in Israel, the business sector obviously impacted by the fact that tens of thousands of reserve soldiers have been fighting over the past 2 years, a massive boost for the economy when they can get back to a work routine in all sectors, obviously, but specifically high tech and defense. That should change rapidly if the war comes to an end, obviously.
I definitely agree. And these are very important areas right now. We see a rearming in Europe and in South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan as they face a growing threat from Russia and China in particular, but also North Korea. And AI boom is hitting high tech in general. And of course, Israel is a major leader in the world in terms of high tech.
Well, we certainly are waiting, holding our breath for some kind of good news. Dr. Michael Szanto, as always, appreciate your insights live from Fort Lauderdale. Be well.
You too. Thanks you.